Hey everyone, Roland this side. I hope you all are doing well. So let's say the problem of the day.
3614. So we have to process a string with a special operation. So what here we have to do, we have basically the problem is same as what we did yesterday, but instead of returning the whole result, we have to return the kth index of result. Okay. So but here, here the length of a string, length of result can go up to 10 to the power 15. Okay, so we can't store that on any string data type uh, that going to give time limit exit and as well as space limit exit too. Okay, so this will give TLE and the space limit exit both. Okay, so we can't really store that, so basically we have to return the kth index of result without making the results. Okay, so how we are going to do is, for example, let's consider we have something like first let's consider a b c d asterisk e. Okay, so what will be the result of it? Okay, so a gonna be a, b gonna be b, c gonna be c, d gonna be d, and for asterisk what it gonna be? I mean, if we remove the last character, okay, so we have to remove the last character, and for E it gonna be, so okay, it's the result how it got transformed. So what basically we have to do, so first of all let's take all one by one. First take what if every character was lowercase. Okay, so suppose A, B, C, D, E, every character was lowercase. Okay, so what we are going to do in case of if it's lowercase, so first of all what they are going to do, that we are going to calculate the length of result. Okay, so I'm okay, so let's calculate the length of result. And why we are doing so, it because I mean I'll you'll going to get know soon. Okay, so how we are going to calculate the length? So for every character on our string, what we are going to do, if C is a alphabet, we are going to do the length plus plus. Else if C is asterisk, we are going to do the length minus minus because it gonna delete. And also like length should length greater than 0. Okay, so then only we can do length minus minus. We can't go length. The length can't go negative. Okay. Else if C equal to hash, what we are going to do, the length is going to become twice. And else if character is modulo, it only gonna reverse, so that I don't think so. I mean I'm going to do anything with the length. Okay, so that's how we are going to calculate the length. In asterisk we are doing the length minus minus, and hash we are multiplying because we are duplicating the entire string. In modulo we are just reversing, so that doesn't gonna affect our length. Okay, so for example, I mean and how we are going to calculate is we are going to iterate it here from back. Okay, we are going to iterate here from back. Okay, so for example we have something like, for now let's consider a b c d star e. Okay, so a b c d asterisk e. Okay, and so if we calculate the length, so is lower 1 2 3 4 asterisk minus 1, that is 3, and again 1, that is 4. Okay, so length gonna become 4, length equal to 4 here. Okay, result, so what was the result? Result gonna be a b c e. Okay, we don't know it. Okay, so for example it's something like some black box, because we cannot really convert the result. Okay, I mean we cannot really make the result. In this case it's too small, it's not 10 to the power 15 like something. So for example we are just doing this, so some black box. Okay, so what we are going to do is, first of all check if, okay, greater than length. Okay, so if k is greater than length, we are simply going to return if kth character is the final string. If k out of bound, we are going to return the dot. Okay, simply return dot. Okay, we can't. So if length k is greater than length, k is somewhere here around here 6, so sixth index does not exist. Okay, and if length equal to, so k if equal to 4, so fourth index also doesn't exist, so we are going to return the dot only. Okay, and after that what we are going to do is we have to iterate here from back. So int I equal to s, this is string s dot size -1, I greater than equal to 0, and I plus plus. Okay, so what we are going to do is, so for example here character is c. Okay, so character c equal to that index I. Okay, so at here I equal to size is 1 2 3 4 5 6. Here size is 6, 6 minus 1 equal to 5, so I gonna be 0 1 2 3 4 5. Okay, and if you see in index here 0 1 2 3 4 5. Okay, so currently we are at fifth index. So if it's lowercase, okay, what we are going to do is here simply check. I mean, if we are at lowercase, we are going to do a length minus minus because we are iterating from back, so we have to take care of our length. Okay, so what we are going to do is, if you just wait for a second. I mean, let me first write this. You going to understand. So if our character is a lower English alphabet, so what we are going to do is do the length. I mean, first if it's lower English alphabets, first check the kth index. Okay, so how we are going to check the kth index? So I mean, what we are going to do is, if k equal to length -1, we are simply going to return that character. Okay, so what it basically means that if, I mean, for example here, if k equal to 5. Okay, I mean, hold on, k equal to, for example, we have to find in this string, we have to find k equal to 0 1 2 3. Okay, we have to find k equal to 3. Okay, so for k equal to 3, here length equal to 4. I mean, length equal to 4, so 4 minus 1, that's indicate this 4 minus 1. In black box it indicate this. Okay, so in black box the length indicate the e. Okay, but here's what k indicates is, k indicates the index. Okay, so k indicates, so it confirms that it was e. Okay, so for k equal to 3 it's e. And if we see here, for, I mean, we are at last index. Okay, we are at last index, that is I equal to 5. So at I equal to 5, character equal to e, and character is lower, and k equal to, k is 3 and length is 4. So okay, for 3 equal to 3, so k equal to 3 here, and length equal to 4 minus 1. Okay, so it becomes, so we are going to return e. Okay, so we got the kth, we got the, I mean, character at third index of result, that is c. For example, if we have something like k equal to, I mean, k equal to uh, let's consider 2. Okay, so 0 1 2. So what we are going to do is, I mean, and after that what we are going to do is that we moved one index, we are going to do length minus minus, length minus minus, and after that what we are going to do is, else if, so we simply got the lower character, so we did not get, so we are basically, I mean, if length equal to here 4, so we are basically, I mean, deleting the length one by one. Okay, until reaching the length 0. So we are iterating by length. I mean, from length we are iterating in, I mean, using length we are iterating inside the black box. Okay, and I mean this result, so we are taking care of result, and from I we are iterating over the string given, okay, as given as, okay, in question. So else if character is asterisk, okay, so in case of asterisk, what we are going to do is, in case of asterisk, what we are simply going to do is length plus plus, okay, length plus plus. And why I did length plus plus, if you see here, I mean in case of asterisk, why I did length plus plus. So for example, I have a b c d asterisk e, so in result it gonna become a b c e, okay, because asterisk deleted the d. So here length equal to 4, okay. So here if we check I equal to 5, I equal to 5 at asterisk, I mean what basically it did is, I mean if we see here length equal to 4, here length gonna become, if we didn't delete that at asterisk, so what we are here length gonna become 3 2 1, okay. So but we want length equal to, I mean, so why we are deleting the asterisk, because if we see while, I mean, calculating the, if we see while calculating the length, I mean, whenever we go asterisk, we did length minus minus. So in reverse engineering, I mean POV, what we are going to do is we are going to do length plus plus, okay. So while calculating what with this is here length equal to 1, length equal to 2, length equal to 3, length equal to 4, and then asterisk length equal to 3. So and it again become here length equal to 4, okay, plus 1. So if we traverse reverse here, so it gonna becomes something like here we have length equal to 4. If we find asterisk, we do length, I mean we have to do 5 length, okay, and then at d we are going to do 3, okay. Now I mean do at d at character and English character we are doing to minus minus, then 3 2 1, okay, like that. If we didn't do, I mean if something, I mean here it's increasing, okay, that's why we have to decrease, and here it's decreasing, so that's why we have to increase, okay. So here we did length plus plus. So what become, so now we have to handle two more situations. Else if character equal to modulo and character equal to, else if character equal to hash, okay. So we are going to handle it soon, but let's say example with only is lower and, I mean what did this the lower character, okay. So again we got a good example, something like a b c asterisk d asterisk e, okay. So if we calculate the length, so length gonna become 1 2, let me use another color. Length gonna become 1 2 3, and asterisk 2 minus 1, that is 2, and then d plus 1, then asterisk, then minus 1, then 3, I mean e plus 3, okay. So whenever we got a lower character, we are going to do length, we are going to do a length plus plus, but whenever we see asterisk, we are going to do length minus minus, okay. We do length minus minus at asterisk, and we do length plus plus at any lower character. So after that we calculate the length. So what we are going to do, I mean let's traverse here from back, okay. So 0 1 2 3 4 5 6 6, so I equal to 0 1 2 3 4 5 6, okay, and length we got equal to 3, length equal to 3. So at 6 we do a length minus minus, that's gonna become 2. At 5 we got asterisk, so we are going to do length plus plus, that again gonna become 3. At 4 we do length minus minus, that gonna become 2. At 3 we again got asterisk, so we are going to do length plus plus, that gonna become 3. At c we do length minus minus, that 2. At b we do length minus minus, that's 1. At a we do length minus minus, that's 0, okay. So that's how. So if for example what the string gonna be after processing, so the string gonna look like something a b c asterisk gonna delete c, d asterisk gonna delete d, and e, okay. So if we have to find k equal to, I mean for example we have to find 2, okay. So if we see where we got 2, here I mean we got 3 length equal to 3. So let's try to rerun this. So at index 6 we got, at index 6 if k equal to length minus 1. Okay, so length is, length is 3 here, so length minus 1, length minus 1 equal to 2. Okay, so we have to found 2. Okay, so at here, so at 6 we got 3, and that is, at 6 we got 3, that is, hold on, yeah, at index 6 we got length equal to 3, and that is equal to k plus 1, that is length minus 1 equal to 2, and we simply gonna return here. At first iteration we are going to return c, e. Okay, so we return e. Okay, so yeah, we got the k equal to 2. And how to find k equal to 1? If we have to find k equal to 1, so here length is 3, and again do, if we remove 1. Okay, now after e we got asterisk, so we are going to do length plus plus after removing this. So here we do a length minus minus, length equal to 2, and now we got asterisk, so we are simply going to do length plus plus, that is 3. After that, I mean that's the first iteration, that's the second iteration, we got another character d. Okay, so for d we are going to do, at d, it's equal to 3. Okay, at d length equal to 3, so length minus 1 gonna become 2, but k equal to 1. Okay, so we again gonna skip d and do length minus minus, that is 2. That is third iteration, again we got asterisk, so again do length plus plus, that is 3. And now at c again do length minus minus, that is 2, but here 3 minus 1 is 2, and 2 doesn't equal to 1, so now do 2. And now at b what we are going to do is, we got 2 and 2 minus 1 is 1, that is k equal to 1, so at b we are going to return b. Okay, return b, and b is our index. Okay, so that's how asterisk and this is gonna work. Okay, and now if we talk about the modulo, so the modulo is basically reversing our string. So for modulo what we are going to do is, let's do another color. So for modulo, suppose we have something like a b c modulo. Okay, so after modulo what it gonna become, it gonna become something like a, B, C, and we got modulo, so we have to reverse the entire string C, B, A. Okay, so it gonna become C, B, A. So for example, we have to find the 0, 1, 2. We have to find k equal to 2. Okay, so at modulo, what we are going to do is, for example, here length is 3. Okay, length equal to 3. So what we are going to do, we are basically going to do k, whenever we found a modulo, we are going to subtract the length minus k. Okay, so why we are doing this is, for example, here we got length equal to 3, so whenever we got, and modulo, if length equal to 3 we got a modulo, it's basically reversing the entire things. Okay, so if we divide, we have to find 2. Okay, so if we divide length by 2, if we do k equal to length minus 1, we are doing minus 1 to access, to have a valid index, minus k. Okay, so if we do k equal to this, what it gonna become, so k gonna become 3 minus 1, that is 2, and 2 minus 2, that is 0. So okay, so k gonna become 0, and here I equal to 0, 1, 2. Okay, so starting from 4, what it gonna return the 0 index, so from 0, 1, 2, here second index is here, what it called it twice, zeroth index. Okay, so that's why this formula works. Okay, so in another big example, if you see a b c d modulo e f, so that gonna become d c b a modulo e f. So length equal to 0, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So length equal to 6 here. So what we are going to do is, So for example, we got f here, so length gonna become 4, I mean 5. Hold on, take another color, for example here. So length gonna become 5 after checking f. So we have to find, for example, I mean 0 1 2. Okay, so we have to find k equal to 2. Okay, so we got 5, and after again doing 5 at e, we got length equal to after e. And again, whenever we got modulo, we are going to, I mean, change k by length minus 1 minus k. Okay, so k gonna become length minus 1, that is 4 minus 1, 3 minus 2. Okay, 3 minus 2, that is 1. Okay, so we got k equal to 1. Remove the modulo. At d, what we are going to do is, I mean, into length minus minus 4 equal gonna become 3. At c, gonna become 2. At b, it gonna become 1. Okay, so at b it is 2. Okay, at b it is 2, and 2 minus 1, 2 minus 1 equal to 1, that is equal to k. Okay, so at b we got length minus 1 equal to k. Okay, at b, at character b, we got length minus 1 equal to k, so we have to return b. Okay, so we got b. So if we see k equal to 2, 0 1 2, here we got b. Okay, so that's how this matches. Okay, so that's why this formula works. So whenever we got modulo, what we are going to do, we are going to simply do a length, I mean k equal to length minus 1 to make length as a valid index, and subtract k to make it zero, I mean to switch the index. Okay, and now let's talk about the hash. Okay, so hash is basically doing the double of a string. Okay, so what we are going to do is, whenever we got anything that's contain hash, so for example we got a b c hash, so result gonna become ABC, and we got hash, so again it gonna become ABC. Okay, so for example we have to find k equal to 1. Okay, I mean 0 1 2 3, we have to find k equal to 3. Okay, so but here 3 doesn't exist, here only exists 0 1 2. So to find k equal to 3, what we are going to do, first of all we have to do length by 2. Okay, because here we multiplied length by twice, so we have to do length minus 2. Okay, so if we see, we are just doing the undo, I mean the reverse thing of length. In lower, what we did here is, in lower we did length plus plus, so in lower here we did length minus minus. In asterisk we did length minus minus, so in asterisk we increment the length. In, I mean, what it's in hash we multiplied length twice, so in hash what we are going to do is length divide length by 2. Okay, and after dividing length by 2, what we are going to do is do a k modulo by length, I mean k equal to k modulo by length. Okay, so if we divide length by 2, so length gonna become here length equal to 6. Okay, so now length gonna become here length gonna become 3. And why we do modulo by k? So for example here we got 3. Okay, so 0 1 2 3, we have to find the third index, and if we do length modulo of 3, so length modulo k is 3. So what it gonna become, I mean k, that is 3 modulo 3, that is 0. So it's k gonna switch to, I mean here to 0. Okay, so k gonna point to a. Okay, so that's why this work here, it's pointing to a. For example k equal to 2, I mean let's take examples like a B C D E has, so that's gonna become A B C D E, A B C D E. Okay, so if k equal to 0 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8, k equal to 8, so what it gonna become, it gonna become, so first of all here length is 10, so length is 10, so first half the length, so we, whenever we got hash we gonna half the length, divide the length by 2, so length gonna become 5. Okay, and then if, and then modulo k by length. Okay, so length is 5 and 8 modulo 5 is 3. Okay, so is 0 1 2 3, so here we got d, and if we see 8 index 0 1 2 3 4 5, 6, 7, 8. Here 8 index, we also got the, okay, so we are getting the same index, so that's why we have to do k equal to k modulo length. Okay, and we are returning, and if we didn't find anything, at last we are going to return the dot. Okay, so that's the total code. So if you see the code here, code is basically here we got kind of this, yeah, and another which is here. Okay, so that's the total code. And if you see the time complexity, so here time complexity is big of, I mean, time complexity here it took big of and time complexity here we are also iterating the same on size in reverse order, so it also gonna took big of and okay, so total equal to big of 2n. So that's is as good as big of n. So time complexity gonna become big of, and in space complexity we are not using any extra space, neither creating the result, so space complexity gonna become big of 1. So that's the time complexity and space complexity. So let's code it. So what we are going to do is for every character, let's, I mean, consider the length equal to 0. So for first, I mean, let's find out what we are going to do. We are going to find the length first in this string. Okay, so whenever we got is lower, if we got our C is lower, what we are going to do is increment length by 1. Else if we got C equal to asterisk, we are going to decrease length by 1. Else if we got C equal to min hash, we are going to make the length twice length, I mean multiply length by 2. Okay, here we have to is equal to, and else, okay, in modulo we have to do nothing, so we can escape that. And now let's iterate from back. Okay, s dot size -1, I greater than equal to 0, I minus minus. So if we got a lower character, lower English character, first let's get the characters equal to index of that string. I mean, so if we got the lower character, what we are going to do? First, we are going to check if, I mean, k equal to l minus 1. I mean, yeah, k equal to length minus 1. It is, yeah, if k equal to length minus 1, what we are going to do is return the character, and if we didn't get k equal to length minus 1, what we did, we are just going to undo, I mean, that process and just reverse engineer that thing. Length minus minus, if we didn't get our desired character. Else if character, our character is asterisk. So in case of asterisk, we are simply going to undo the process that we do, that we are going to increment. Else if our character is modulo. Okay, in case of modulo we are reversing the current result, so what we are going to do, k equal to l length minus 1 minus k, so that's gonna reverse the index. Okay, so that's confirm that we are going to get the exact index. And else character equal to another character words we left. Okay, we left with hash. So if we got hash, first of all do length equal to length by 2 and k equal to k modulo length. Okay, so and in case if we didn't get anything, we have to simply return dot string dot. And one more thing to check, if k is greater than equal to length, simply return the dot. So let's run the code and see if we got any error. Yeah, we have to return a character, not a string. Okay, so yeah, we got some test case pass. So let's submit the code and see if we got all our test case pass. Oh, hold on. Expected the output X. So what might be issue here? Yes. Yeah, I think I forgot to. We have to do this only. If so, it should not go negative. So we have to do it only if length is greater than 0. Okay. Either it gonna get negative. So if we use this test case and see. Yeah, this one also got passed. So now let's submit the code and see if we, yeah, okay, we got a perfectly fine code. So we have discussed the time complexity and space complexity of this code, that is big of, and the time complexity and space complexity. We are not using any extra space, so it's just big of one, I mean constant space. So and that's it for today. I hope you like this video. So please make sure to subscribe to Tenzor. Until then, keep smiling and keep coding.
Living in the moment, your head is on my shoulder, but never getting older. Baby, it's you and I